What's going on, everybody? It's your boy Thing Goes back again for another video, and today I'm going to be talking a little bit about the Immortal. He is a character from, you already know, the Invincible comic book series, and he will be in the animated series as well. He's going to be portrayed and voiced by Aaron from The Walking Dead. I don't know that dude's real name. I should have looked it up. But he the guy that played the gay dude from The Walking Dead that actually found Rick and them in season 5 and brought them to Alexandria in the first place. Cool character. Got a whole lot better with time. I really liked him in the comic book as well. But yeah, man, the actor who portrayed him is going to be bringing the Immortal to life. Really looking forward to seeing how they do that. And really just seeing how they do the Immortal in the animated series overall. Like, I'm interested to see, are they going to make him a whole lot more badass, or are they just going to keep up the keep up the theme of him constantly getting hoed like how he is in the comic book series. He be getting fucked up in the comic book series, like left and right, bro. I'm talking about if it ain't physically, then it's mentally, nigga, by Invincible shit. Even embarrassed himself. Like, I remember I seen this funny ass part in the comic, bro. I forgot about this. I literally seen this when I was like looking up some stuff for Immortal before I made this video, bro. In the middle of a battle, the Guardians of the Globe, you know, the new Guardians of the Globe, compiling of, you know, Rexplode, Duplicate and all them, and Robot and shit. This dude, after him and Duplicate got together, you feel me? After they bumped some uglies and, you know, they became a thing, exclusive or whatever the fuck, they was in a fight. They was the Guardians of the Globe, they was fighting, right? Not each other. They was fighting, you know, they was on the job. They was fighting a threat. And fucking Immortal, he swung down and picked up Duplicate to move her out the way of an attack. And he was just like, "Careful, my love." And then she was just like, What are you doing, nigga? If you don't put me down." I started laughing. I was just like, bruh. And it turns you into a simp too, nigga. Come on, man. Bruh got simp tendencies, man. Like, he be getting hoed left and right. That nigga be getting embarrassed physically and mentally. Like, come on, bro, y'all gotta do my nigga Immortal better than this, bro. So I would talk about all the stuff I know personally about the character. Might be some stuff I missed. I'm gonna be honest, I didn't reread the whole fucking series, bro, just to point out the shit that happened with the Immortal. I might miss some shit, bro. So, you know what I'm saying? I'm trying to get all the main points, but when I miss some shit, just let me know in the comments, bro. We can talk about it. You feel me? But he's not my favorite character. Not at all, but I do like aspects of him. Now, it's not really gone into that much detail on his origin. I do know that the Immortal is old as fuck. He might be like a caveman or something, bro. Maybe came upon some kind of chemical compound or maybe something alien in nature. I'm not sure, but it was an accident that happened with him that gave him immortality. This guy has lived through so many different times, so many different wars and battles, similar to Wolverine. Like, if I was to describe him, I'd probably say Wolverine mixed with Superman, without the heat vision and the ice breath and all that shit. He nowhere near as strong as Superman, not even as strong as the Viltrumites. He stayed getting his ass clapped, but he still is stronger than the average hero, strong enough to be the leader of the OG Guardians of the Globe, and pretty much kind of like the leader of the new one. Really is Robot, but you know what I'm saying? He is there to help out, so to speak, like Donald said when, you know, Robot was fucking up. But yeah, he's Immortal, man. The guy can live through virtually anything. He has been cut in half. He has been impaled. He didn't have parts of his body ripped off. He has been completely blown up from the inside out. And he got his head decapitated, but when it was reattached, he instantly woke back up. So the guy can survive a lot of shit. The only way I would say you might be able to kill this nigga is if you squash his head. Like, there's actually an issue that focuses at the beginning of the issue on a different dimension that follows Angstrom Levi, and there's like this what is this, Omni-Man and Invincible in this dimension. They actually do conquer the Earth, and there is a resistance with Immortal and Robot and Angstrom Levi. They all together working together or whatever, and then they're trying to stay hidden, but Angstrom Levi accidentally leads he accidentally leads Omni-Man and Invincible to their base, and they just start fucking everybody up. Fuck up Robot, and then fucking Omni-Man splats. He uses his hands and he just splat like a clap Immortal's head together like mush. And I'm just like, ew. And they showed it all, and his brains flew out the top of his head and shit, and the whole head just turned into jelly. So I'm just thinking the only way you might be able to kill that nigga is if you do some shit like that, you know. But even then, you know, he'll probably find a way to come back. Like, I don't know how he does this, but there's also another very cool fact about the Immortal, nigga. I'm pretty sure, bro, it's Abraham Lincoln, bro. Like, it's pretty much confirmed that this nigga is Abraham Lincoln. They don't never just come out and say it, bro. But, you know, it's displayed in some art, you know, kind of vaguely. But, yeah, man, like, they have done everything, like, all but just say the shit out loud. But I'm pretty sure this nigga is Abraham Lincoln, bro. That's funny as fuck. You know what I'm saying? His powers, you know what I'm saying? He's immortal. Like I said, he can virtually pretty much survive anything. He can fly. He has super speed, durability, stuff like that. Not, like I said, not nowhere near as durable as Viltrumites or nothing like that, but he's still pretty strong, excuse me, in his own right. Now, let me see. He's one of the old guard. He's one of the only survivors of the massacre of the original Guardians of the Globe. Him and Black Samson are the only two that survive. Black Samson, lucky as hell. He was actually, I think he was off the team at the time because something happened to his suit and his powers, and he had to pretty much just sit it out for a minute until he got his suit back and his powers back up to snuff before he could join the Guardians of the Globe again, which turned out to be a blessing in disguise because he was desperate and he was sinking a lot of his funds into getting a new suit. You seen how depressed he was, and he really wanted to join the team and be back in action. And, you know, he was desperate for it. But you see that if he was back on the team as bad as he wanted to be, most likely he would have got killed along with everybody else at the same time when Omni-Man fucked him up. So, you know, it was a blessing that he wasn't there. The Immortal, he just got decapitated. But when the Mauler twins, they were trying to, I think, bring him back to life and, like, control him to do their bidding or something like that. They put like this little collar around his neck. I don't know if it was to reattach his head or if it was to do some kind of mind control, but it didn't work either way because as soon as his head got reattached, he woke up, flew out of their lab, destroying it, and he was on the hunt for Omni-Man for blood. Once he found Omni-Man, of course, that didn't really produce any fruit because he ended up getting his ass beat again, completely cut in half by Omni-Man, and, you know, falling to his second death, or probably 347th knowing this dude. Also, there was another cool thing with the Immortal. He ended up pretty much calling out Invincible for that fade, knowing damn well he don't want that smoke. But after the huge brawl that was Invincible versus Omni-Man, you know, when he was fighting to defend Earth, when he found out what his father was doing, who he really was and stuff like that, Immortal just pulled up on his block, bro. Just, you know, just let them know, like, hey, man, look, in my experience, the apple usually don't fall too far from the tree. I got my eye on you, nigga. Like, you know, the minute you do some fucked up shit, I'm on your ass, nigga. Knowing damn well he can't follow that threat up. But I thought that was cool that he, you know what I'm saying, just let Invincible know, like, bruh, you feel me? I got you. You know, get you a little look inside of his mind and how he thinks and stuff like that. As I mentioned before, he ends up getting in a relationship with Duplicate. Rexplode, he be in them guts. You feel me? Like, first he was in Eve's guts, and then he cheated on Eve, and he started getting all up in Duplicate's guts, which is understandable because he, you know what I'm saying, he was probably smashed like 3 or 4 at the same time. Like bro, you know, I see you, Rexplode, bro. But no, man. So. Anyway, Duplicate, she has some thought tendencies, you feel me? She is definitely for the streets, and after she does what she does with Rexplode, she end up sliding up in, you know what I'm saying, the Immortal's DMs, bro, and you know what I'm saying, the Immortal, he started clapping them cheeks. But I guess the Immortal, he shit, all that time that he been alive clearly taught him something, because he titillated them senses a whole lot more than Rexplode did, because she ended up marrying this nigga and having 2 kids. So they ended up getting married. They have 2 kids. I don't know the kids' names, but I'm pretty sure they got shared powers of duplicate and the immortal, which is fucking awesome. Imagine being able to multiply and you can't die on top of that, bro. Like you already kind of can't die with the multiply, with you know what I'm saying, multiplying yourself and shit. Cool thing I'm gonna talk about with duplicate when I do her breakdown video. She did something really cool that I want to highlight, but about that another time. But yeah, so the immortal, he ends up clapping those cheeks and they get married and they have kids. And also the immortal, he has this pretty, like this very good talk scene with Invincible, which is rare because he doesn't really have too many moments to you know, like have a really good talk scene, you know what I'm saying, or have like the story kind of focus on him in any way. He doesn't really have that throughout the entire series, or like any real highlighted scenes. I mean, he has highlighted scenes of him getting his ass killed and beat up, but as far as like being taken seriously and really just having some downtime and having a good talk scene, we don't have that much from the immortal. But I did look it up and I found one that I want to share with you guys. I'm going to read it off my laptop here, so here we go. The world isn't logical, Mark. Also, trust me, this may start nice, but it's not headed anywhere good. Logical now means no war, world peace, everyone happy. But what happens when it isn't logical to keep the elderly alive or sick children? What happens when it isn't logical to have such a large world population? I've been around a long time. This world is stupid and messy and nonsensical, and it needs to stay that way. Now that is a beautiful piece of dialogue that I really like, and this is during the time where Robot came from the Flaxian homeworld and he started trying to take over the entire world. You know, he fucked around and killed Cecil Stedman. He took over as the government, you know, head, like the leader of the world government and everything. And he was trying to inflict his own sense of justice, his own rules and regulations to essentially, in his mind, make the world a better place, because that's what he did with the Flaxian homeworld. And it really affected Robot's way of thinking and how he wants to do things. So he pretty much thought he could do the same thing that he did on the Flaxian homeworld to Earth, which caused a lot of conflict and kind of like a Civil War type scenario with all of the heroes that are there. You had a lot of people that were siding with Robot, and then you had the majority of the heroes going against him, not believing in what he was trying to do, and I feel like he was going overboard. Immortal was one of these people, and this is what he said to Mark, to Invincible, when, you know, Mark was kind of questioning what Robot was doing, and he also wasn't really sure about what he could do about it. He ended up going to the Immortal, and they had a talk, and I really loved what Immortal told him in this talk scene. And also, going off what I said earlier, when he exploded from the inside out, there's another cool part that happens on this arc where the Immortal actually ends up trying to free a lot of the prisoners inside of this jail that Robot put them in. Most of them are fellow heroes that the Immortal has worked with, or are in the Guardians of the Globe, or just people that he knows. And, you know, they have to start to build up numbers for the fight, or just get people out of a bad situation that don't deserve to be there. So the Immortal, he turns himself in on purpose, has a bomb inside of his body, and when Bulletproof, actually, he becomes like the right-hand man to Robot, kind of like his personal assistant or something like that. I really don't know why. It was weird for his character. I didn't understand it. I don't really see why he did that. He had a pretty interesting story arc up until that point, but once that started happening, that point in the story for Bulletproof, I really kind of like fell out of touch with the character. I really didn't like him that much because I didn't really understand why he did that. And also what happened was, like I said, the Immortal swallowed a bomb, had it inside of him. When they brought him in the prison, in the vicinity of the people he was trying to let free, he ended up yelling a warning to them to take cover, blew himself up knowing that he would survive it afterwards, and that was the only way they would be able to get that bomb inside. Robot is super smart. I don't know how he didn't have like no detectors or nothing like that to be able to figure out that that shit was up in there. There's probably some details I'm missing because I haven't read that issue in a while, but all in all, it was still an epic scene, and that was cool that the Immortal did that. You know what I'm saying? So like I said, the Immortal, he has some highlighted moments throughout the series, and you know, some that are very worthy of talking about. And I just want to see what more they do with him in the animated series, because we're definitely going to be getting some more time with him, probably more time with the entire Guardians of the Globe in general. But to see his character brought to life and portrayed by Aaron off The Walking Dead, I don't really know how good that guy is at voice acting, but I have faith that he is going to do a good job bringing the character to life. And I also have faith that When Sun Skies is going to do a good job animating the Immortal and making him at least seem a little bit more intimidating than he was in the show. I mean, in the comic, because like I said, in the comic, he is constantly bitch slapped left and right, bro. It is so disrespectful to a guy with the status of this nigga. You know what I'm saying? Also, another very good talk scene I want to highlight that he had with Black Samson, when he was just telling him in a small, quiet, like subtle moment, Black Samson was changing into his uniform, or changing out of, whichever one, in like the locker room of the Guardians of the Globe. And then you have the Immortal. He came inside the locker room and he leaned next to him and he was just like, "What's up, man? Like, you know, we the last two of the old guard, buddy. Like, we the last two, bro. You know what I'm saying? Just like, man, bro, like, you know, me and you done been through a lot of shit, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I wonder what the others would think about where we are right now and what's going on in the world." So I thought that was kind of cool that he brought that up, showing that he does miss the old days. He does miss his team, the previous Guardians of the Globe that didn't really get no character development at all and just were created to be, you know, kind of like a spoof on the Justice League characters and just got eliminated within seconds. It was cool that he actually mentioned them in passing, and also, you know, confided in Black Samson, who was a fellow team member from the old days. So I thought that was really cool too. And yeah, pretty much that's all I can remember just off the top of my head that I know for sure about the Immortal. Might be something wrong or some inconsistencies. Please let me know in the comments. I want to get this stuff right. And I'll learn from you guys as much as you learn from me. And if there's anything else to highlight about the character that you know that he did, or, you know what I'm saying, that I didn't mention, please like throw that in there, man, so I can know about it. Now, some things that I wasn't completely sure about that I wanted to go over that I looked up on him was his powers. Now, let's see. I said what I knew, but I wanted to get the proper terms for them all. So, of course, he has accelerated hearing. I said hearing. Accelerated healing. Enhanced lung capacity. Now, I didn't know that. But you know, a couple of characters in Invincible can do this. You know, mainly the Vulture Mites. You really see Mark doing it all the time, and Oliver, his little brother, and his dad. You know, they can hold their breath for hella long in space. You know what I'm saying? They have like enhanced lung capacity. You feel me? Flight, of course. Immortality, resurrection, of course. Invulnerability. I talked about that. He has it to an extent. You know what I'm saying? Superhuman endurance, superhuman strength, super speed. Interstellar travel, and regeneration. He has military training, and his weaknesses. Now, I didn't know about this. I mean, other than just getting fucked up, but his weaknesses is a vulnerability to insanity. Now, I want to read this right here. Because of the Immortal's inability to die, he can be vulnerable to insanity. This is shown when he begins killing people in hopes that someone will finally kill him. Through the many years, he would grow detached from the human race. Damn, I didn't actually know that. I really did not. I wonder when this happened. Maybe he mentioned it or something like that. Please let me know when this happened. What issue was this? Like, I don't ever remember the Immortal going on a killing spree, bro. But he might have mentioned it, though. He might have talked about it. But yeah, it said because of the Immortal's inability to die, he can be vulnerable to insanity. This is shown when he begins killing people in hopes that someone will finally kill him. Through the many years, he would grow detached from the human race. That's fucking crazy. That's interesting. I like that. But like I said, I can't really remember when that happened. Please let me know. Like, highlight that if y'all know exactly when that happened. Like, what issue he mentioned that, or if they showed a flashback to that or something like that. I do not remember that, man. And he has an item dependency. If Immortal's head or torso is separated from his body, he will remain in a catatonic state, but not truly dead. Now, this makes sense because when he got his head cut off by Omni-Man, he was just dead in the water. He wasn't, you know, able to wake up or do anything about it until the Mauler twins actually reattached his head to his body. So that makes sense. That's pretty cool. I did not know that though about the vulnerability to insanity. I mean, it makes sense. you can't die and then you get killed, and then you can't die and you get killed and all that shit. Like, you know what I'm saying? That makes sense. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, I never knew that, man. And also, Invincible reboot. This was like further, like closer to the end of the series. Invincible, like he made contact with like some kind of alien life form, and he ended up getting sent back in time to relive a lot of the earlier moments in the series, like a lot of the earlier issues and shit like that. I thought it was really cool. I don't really remember how he got out of that situation or everything that went into that. I need to go back through that. But I know that Immortal, he was involved in that arc. I mean, of course he would, because he was in the earlier issues. Now let's read through this real quick, because they have something about his role in Reboot. So I'm gonna read through this real quick, and then we're gonna go ahead and wrap this up. So years later, Mark touched a white light that put him back into his body at the time before he received his powers and with all of his memories. He attempted to talk to his father about not killing the Guardians of the Globe again. Nolan became angry and immediately attacked Mark. Mark led him to Utah, where he tricked Nolan into smashing into the Guardians of the Globe headquarters, where the Immortal and several others were located. Mark revealed Nolan's plans to the Guardians, and they teamed up and subdued Nolan. During the battle, the Immortal had his head punched out of him, his heart punched out of him by Nolan. Cecil Stedman soon arrived and agreed to bring Nolan back to the Pentagon to restrain him. The Immortal was revealed to have survived the attack. Later, still in the reboot, the Immortal and the original Guardians of the Globe take down the Lizard League. Even later, with the Teen Team, they defeat the Flaxians. 5 years later, Mark returned to his timeline, but 5 years after the events occurred just before the reboot. Immortal is seen teaming up with Emperor Nolan, his Viltrumite, including Thula, Robot, and Tech Jacket, to stop the Technicians. Now, I don't know about that last part, to say 5 years later. I'm definitely going to have to look into that. But I do remember this as I'm reading it when it happened. And that was pretty cool. I thought that was cool as fuck, bro. That Mark was just like, hold on, bro. I already know what's about to happen, nigga. And then he go and tell the Guardians, and they have like it's pretty much going back and showing us what would have happened if the Guardians of the Globe was better prepared and actually put up a good fight against Nolan. So, that's cool, man. I thought that was cool, like how that happened. But yeah, this is all the stuff that I know personally about the Immortal, and just share with you guys here that I was able to look up real quick. The thing that definitely jumps out to me the most, like I said, is that whole insanity thing and going on a killing spree. If anybody, like I said, can please highlight or give me more details on that, let me know, because I can't do it right now as talking in the video. It'd take too long, and I didn't plan for that. Really caught me off guard, but that is a very interesting bullet point. But yeah, man, let me know what you think about the character Immortal. Do you fuck with him? Do you not fuck with him? Are you excited to see how he is portrayed and brought to life in the animated series? You know what I'm saying? Do you always laugh at him when he get hoed? Or do you feel bad? Let me know. And yeah, like, dislike, share, comment, subscribe. And until next time, guys, peace.